Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the current electricity. This is one of the very important topics. So what is current electricity? As you know that materials is of generally two types. One is conductor, other is insulator. Okay, conductors are the substances which conduct electricity, whereas insulator does not conduct electricity. Yes or no? So examples of conductor, we can say all metals will come under this. Okay, aluminum is there, copper, iron, zinc. Okay, whereas insulator examples, paper, wood. Okay, so when we talk about any conductor, so they have free electrons. They have a free electrons. So when we connect this conductor, the battery or a cell, okay, so here it will get positive charge, here negative charge. So electrons, we know that like charges repel each other. So electrons will start moving in this direction. So current will be produced in this direction. Direction of current is always opposite to the flow of electrons. Okay. So when we talk about charge, there generally two types of charges there. One is positive charge, other is negative charge. Okay. And some fundamental properties, you know that like charges repel each other, whereas unlike charges attract each other. Okay. Electric charges are made up of positive charge. Okay, that is protons, and negative charge, that is electrons only. Okay, so conductors are, you see, conductors are those materials in which electrons are free to move, whereas inside the matter, sorry, they are free to move anywhere inside the matter. Example, aluminum, copper. Whereas insulators are those materials in which electrons are not free to move anywhere, like plastic is there, wood is there. Okay, so this flow of charge is called as what? Electric current. Okay, so we can define a current as I. Current is nothing but a charge flowing per unit time. Okay, I is equal to what? Q by T. So electric current is generally denoted by a letter I. Electric current is expressed by the rate of flow of electric charges. Okay, or rate of flow means what? Amount of charge flowing through the particular area in unit time. Okay, so if suppose net charge is capital Q, which flows through the cross section of any matter in time t, so we can say I is equal to what? Q upon T. Okay, so SI unit of current is what? Ampere. SI unit of current is ampere. Current is said to be 1 ampere. Suppose if 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second, then 1 by 1 is nothing but 1. Okay, so it is current is said to be 1 ampere if 1 coulomb of charge flows for 1 second. Is it clear? So here you can see this is a representation of negative charge minus positive charge plus. Okay, so if the positive charge flows, the direction of electric current is same as the direction of flow of charge. Suppose in a conductor, positive charge is there which is flowing in this direction, so direction of current will be also in the same direction. Okay, other example you see here, negative charge is there. If the negative charge is moving in this direction towards the right side, so current will be produced opposite to the flow of negative charge. Is it clear? Next, we should know about here important note is that electric current can't flow through insulator, because in insulator protons and electrons are fixed at their position. They are not free to move. That's why insulators cannot conduct electricity. Now we are going to discuss about the potential difference. Suppose any 2 points is there, point A and point B. I want to move a charge Q from one point to other point. So for moving this charge, we have to do some work, right? So that amount of work done upon charge, okay, is called as what? Potential difference. Is called as what? Potential difference. So potential difference between 2 points is the work done per unit charge in taking the charge from one point to other point. Suppose SI unit of work is what? We can represent here potential difference as W by Q. Suppose 1 joule of work is done to bring 1 coulomb of charge. So 1 by 1 is 1 volt. Okay, 1 joule by 1 coulomb is 1 volt. Is it clear? So potential difference is said to be 1 volt. Potential difference is said to be 1 volt. Okay, if 1 joule of work is done to bring a 1 coulomb of charge from one point to other point. So you can see definition of 1 volt. 1 volt is the potential difference between the 2 points if 1 joule of work has to be done in taking 1 coulomb of charge from one point to other point. Is it clear? See, always a charge flows from high potential to low potential. Okay, as water flows from high level to low level, similarly current always flow from high potential to low potential. Okay, this is very important concepts. Next, we talk about a cell. What is a cell? Okay, it is just what is a cell? Okay, the difference of a potential may be produced by a battery. Okay, considering one or more electric cell. Okay, so cell representation is like this. You can see. Cell may be generally represented as with the this in the this is the positive of the cell, this is the negative of the cell. If you group of 2 or more cells, it is called as a battery. It is a source of current. Cell is a what? A source of current. Okay, so the difference of potential may be produced by a battery consisting of 1 or more electric cell. Okay, here potential difference across the terminals of the cell generated due to the chemical reactions within the cell. Actually, you have seen an example of cell. You can see dry cell is there. Okay, which is used in the torch and all. I think most of you are familiar with this. Yes or no? So dry cell is there. So there you can see the symbol of plus and minus is there. Inside that chemicals are there. Okay, so that will convert the chemical energy into electrical energy. Okay, when the circuit is complete, so chemical energy is changed into electrical energy. So this you will study more in details in second PUC in in the chapter electrochemistry. Okay, how these chemical energies is used to generate the electricity. Okay, so potential difference across the terminals of the cell generated due to the chemical reactions within the cell. So when the cell is connected to a conducting wire, current flows from high potential to the low potential. Suppose if you connect this with a bulb. Okay, so the circuit is complete, so current will start flowing. This is a high potential, this is a low potential. Current will start flowing from point A to point B. Okay, as the circuit is complete, so this bulb will glows. Okay. Okay. Next, this is a simple diagram of electric circuit. Electric circuit is a continuous and closed path of electric current. For example, this figure you can see typical electric current circuit is there, which contains a cell. Okay, this is a cell, electric bulb, and a switch. Okay, this is a switch. Switch we can this is what open switch. Okay, when the switch is open key of switch we can say. Okay, when this is what a closed switch, closed key. Is it clear? So this is about this. Okay, so current flows only if the electric circuit forms closed loop. Suppose if it is broken from any part, so current will not be pass through the circuit. Okay, so and this bulb will not glow. Okay, next circuit diagram you can see. Here we know that electric circuit is a continuous path consisting of cell, switch, and electric components and connecting wires. These are what connecting wires you can see. Okay, electric circuit can be represented conveniently to a circuit diagrams. Okay, so a diagram which indicates how different components in a circuit have to be connected by using symbols for different electric component. Okay, so as you know, there are different components which can be used in the electrical circuit. A is nothing but an ammeter. Ammeter is a device which is used to measure the current. Similarly, we have voltmeter. Okay, voltmeter is a device which is used to measure the voltage. Okay, here similarly you can see other resistor is there. Okay, similarly you can see we are using, this is also key. Okay, open key only, this is open. Okay, this is what a closed key. Similarly, we can use other symbols like the symbol of lamp or bulb. This is the symbol of variable resistor. Okay, so you can see here in practical circuit they have is there, which is bulb is there, cell is there, okay, some resistor is there. Okay, see ammeter, as I told you, it is a device which is used to measure the value of current. Okay, so this you will see in the practical. Okay, as you have to do also. So this is a general diagram of ammeter. Okay, you can see reading is there, current values from 0 to, this is in ampere. Okay, or any milliampere, anything will be there. Say 0.5 ampere, 1 ampere, 1.5 ampere. Okay, so this is ammeter. Similarly, you can see voltmeter is also there. See, one more thing is there, ammeter is always connected in series in the circuit, whereas voltmeter is what? It is a device which is used to measure the potential difference, okay, between the 2 points. So here is the diagram of voltmeter. Generally, voltmeter is connected in parallel. Okay, it is connected in what? Parallel. Okay, to measure the voltage across any point. So you can see this is a circuit. Here voltmeter is connected in parallel. You can see. Okay. Here some diagrams are there. This is their symbols. Just now we discussed the diagram of electric cell. Okay, symbols of electric cells. Plug is there. Plug key, switch to close. Wire joint, wires crossing over. Okay, means without joining. This like this. Okay, if the wire is there, means this is not joined. But if it is there like this, means it is joined. Okay, this is a wire crossing without joining. But here a wire joint. This is joint wire. Similarly, you can see here diagram of electric bulb or lamp, electric resistor, variable resistor, ammeter and voltmeter. Now, one very important topic is there, Ohm's law. Okay, we are going to discuss Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that the electric current is directly proportional to the potential difference between the point, or we can write a V directly proportional to I. When you remove the proportionality, you have to put a constant R. Okay, or you can write like this also, I is directly proportional to V, okay, or I is equal to V by R. Okay, I is equal to V by R. Okay, or here same thing here. I what it becomes from here, I is equal to V by R. Okay, current is directly proportional to the potential difference between the 2 points. Okay, so this is the expression of what? Ohm's law. V is equal to IR, where R is the constant of proportionality called as what? Resistance. R is the resistance. It is the property of the conductor which resists the flow of electric current through it. Okay, so component that is used to resist the flow of electric current in a circuit is called as resistor. Okay, so this is the symbol of resistor. Okay, it has a value, has some property, that property is called as resistance. That property is called as resistance. And SI unit of resistance is what? Ohm. Okay, SI unit of resistance is what? Ohm. So you can see this is they have shown SI unit of resistor is ohm. Ohm is denoted by this symbol is there, ohm. Okay, here some battery cell is there and connected to a resistor. Okay, so anything, any electrical component which you see, either it is bulb is there, fan is there, geyser is there, fridge is there, they have some value of resistance. Okay, see, as I told you, V is equal to IR. So what we can write from here, R is equal to V upon I. Okay, so when they may ask you define 1 ohm of resistance, suppose 1 volt is connected, okay, which carries a current of 1 ampere. Okay, which carries a current of 1 carries a current of 1 ampere. So 1 volt by 1 ampere is called as 1 ohm. Okay, so 1 ohm of resistance is equal to the flow of 1 ampere of current through a conductor between the 2 points having a potential difference of 1 volt. Okay, means if any wire is there, any conductor is there, okay, if 1 volt of cell potential difference is there across the ends and it is carrying a current of 1 ampere, then the resistance of this wire is said to be 1 ohm. Okay, 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. Okay, there are certain factors which affect the resistances. Okay, so like first factor is the length of the conductor. resistance of a wire is directly proportional to the length. Okay, it means when the length increases, resistance also increases. Okay, so if a wire is there, if two wires is there of same area of cross section, so if the wire which is having a more length will have more value of resistance. You can see example. Suppose this is a copper wire of length L1, length L2. Here resistance is a R1, R2. If length L2 is greater than L1, so R2 will be also greater than R1. Okay. Next is their area of cross section. This is the last topic. Next we'll discuss in the next video. Okay. Area of cross section is also there. Resistance of a wire is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Okay. It means when area increases, resistance decreases. Okay. And nature of material is there. Okay. For water, for conductor, it has a low value of less value of resistance. For insulator, it has a high value of resistance. Okay, that's all for in this video. Remaining things we will discuss in the next video. Okay, please if you like this video, so please don't forget to share and subscribe.